Welcome to Weber Math. I'm Nicholas Weber. Today we're going to be talking about named ranges, or in this case named fields. Now we've talked in the past about the importance of making sure that you're consistent in your references. So if you have an interest rate or some other constant that you always need to be referring to, it's good to refer to it somewhere else with an absolute reference rather than building it into the formula. But even that can be cumbersome. If you're using an absolute reference, you always have to make sure your cell reference is correct. With names, attaching names to certain cells, you can make sure that it's correct every time. So let's take a look at how that works. Okay, let's put named cells to work for us. As I mentioned earlier, it's a good idea to go ahead and use names because take a look at this formula. Here we've got a bank with 4 different depositors, small bank I guess, and here is the formula that we're using to figure out balance after 1 year. We're taking a look at the initial deposit, and then here's the formula for compound interest times 1 plus the interest rate to the number of years that's been compounding. So the problem here again is that if this 0.08 ever changes, we'll have to go into every single formula and change that. Or if we've referred to it as an absolute reference in the spreadsheet, which would probably be a better idea, then we have to change it on every single spreadsheet. Or if we have it somewhere on another sheet all in one place, then we have to write a more complicated formula that refers to another sheet and then to the cell, and it's a headache. So there's an easy way around this, and that is using named cells. So let's take a look at how that works. So here we have our interest rate, and let's go back to a happier time of interest where we were getting 8%. Crazy that. You can set it as a percentage if you want, but I guess I prefer looking at it as just a number. So all you have to do is click on the cell and then go to this area here where you see it A2, and you can rename it. And let's rename it as INT RATE for interest rate, and I'll capitalize the R so it's a bit easier to see. So now we can go back to Mr. Doe and we can change this formula here to 1 plus and then INT R, and I can choose between these two. So all I have to do is hit tab to have it autocomplete and hit enter, and then we'll get the same result. We can apply it all the way across. Notice that B3 here in the formula refers to this helper cell. This probably isn't the best layout. It'd probably be better to lay it out vertically. I wanted to do it this way so it's easier for you to see. But you'll see that it applies across the board. And pay attention for just a moment to their balance after 1 year. Here we've got Mr. Doe has 5,400. Mr. Body has 1,080,000. Ms. Marple has 16,200, and Ms. Bow has $3,780 after that first year. And again, we didn't have to worry about putting in a different entering in the interest rate every time because it's just built in here to the formula, which becomes really useful here when we change it. So let's say that something amazing happens and we're now getting 25% interest. Hooray! Well, hooray for those that are lending anyway, or depositors. Anyway, so now if we go back, we'll see that Mr. Doe now has a sizable, a lot more. Mr. Body has a lot more. Ms. Marple has a great deal more, and so on. All we had to do was change it in that one place. And again, those named cells really make formula building easier, both when you're constructing them and if you ever need to edit what they refer to. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to come back next week when we take a look at some more powerful tools that you can use with names, including looking at naming ranges rather than just cells, and all kinds of important things that you can do there to make your Excel spreadsheets even better. In the meantime, for more information about me, VBA, or Excel, take a look at my website, www.webermath.com. Until next time, take care.